This is Dr. David D. Shine, and welcome to this special Saving America panel discussion on mass violence in America and what we can all do about it. And we have Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck is the founder and president of USA Global TV and Radio. She has interviewed over 1,500 people in the last 2 years. I've been fortunate to have been interviewed twice recently on her network. Last year, she published an Amazon #1 bestseller, Behind the Green Screen, and this year released Adversity to Awesome, which I'm presently reading. She holds a PhD from the University of Phoenix in business administration, holds a BS and MS in finance from Penn State University. She focuses on the power of listening and encourages people to pursue a healthy lifestyle as a yoga master and encourages meditation, which I think many of us could benefit from.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline Kerbeck. I'm known professionally as Dr. Jacqueline. I am the founder and president of USA Global TV and Radio, and I also am known as the listening mentor. I teach people to listen at an elevated level, and I certify them. This has been my mission to have people learn how to listen at an elevated level. I have found that with what's going on in the world, not just in the last 2 years, but leading up to that, people are no longer fully present when engaging with other people. There's so many distractions in the world, and we fall prey to them many times. And as a result, in my experience working with people as a certified coach, is that people feel they are not being heard. And when they're not being heard, there are feelings of resentment, feelings of anger, anxiety, not being good enough. And it is possible and has been shown that these feelings manifest themselves in many ways, ways that can be dangerous, ways that can be unhealthy, ways that can impact our mental health wealth. My goal is to make sure that people understand when you learn to listen at an elevated level, you will be experiencing deeper connections, better relationships, and more authentic conversations. And isn't that what we want? But in order to have those things, we have to look at our own behavior when it comes to our listening patterns. And listening starts with ourselves. It starts with listening to our intuition. It starts with personal development, realizing where there are areas that we have that are growth opportunities. And when we are able to find these growth opportunities, it is possible for us to find our passion, to live and work in our passion, to find that inner peace that I spoke of earlier. I work with people, as I mentioned, in the way they can become certified as an elevated listener. This is through the program that I have developed. It's called The Power of Listening. The power of listening is an opportunity for people to watch role plays and see people in action, paid actors as well as team members that I have here at USA Global TV. When we watch these role plays, many times we can see ourselves in the role play. Maybe that's happened to you, a situation on the television or watching other people. If you ever people watch and you see something unfolding and you say to yourself, oh, I know where this is going. I've been in that situation before. Well, this is an opportunity to break those patterns and to be fully present and engaged. I teach people how to set boundaries as an elevated listener. And when we're listening at an elevated level, we're listening without judging the other person. How many times have you had a conversation with someone and all of a sudden you say something and they just switch off? They switch off because you're pro vaccination and they're not. They're pro Republican and you're not. They're pro abortion and you're not. They're pro gun control and you're not. And all of a sudden, nobody is listening to the other person. They've labeled you, they've judged you, and they've checked out. Or How about listening and not providing a solution? This happens. I'm speaking about something that happened to me, and the other person thinks, oh, I know what she needs. I have the answer. I have the solution for her. I didn't ask for a solution. I just asked for you to listen. Listening without interrupting. How many times are you talking and the person, well, but no, that is not elevated listening. And finally, the one that I call the dreaded stage hogging. You're sharing a story. When I was in college, XYZ happened to me. Oh, when I was in college, this happened to me. And now you no longer are even telling your story because the other person stole the stage from you. These are things, these four traits that people do are what I truly believe are causing a major dysfunction in this world. Instead of celebrating each other, lifting up humanity by fully listening and being present, we're in our own body, in our own mind. We're not actively listening. By taking the approach that I am offering to people of learning how to be an elevated listener, getting certified as an elevating listener, holding a safe space for people to share their story, I believe that we are creating inner peace and are one step closer to world peace. A world where we are not judging what the other person says. Someone feels differently than you. That's okay. That's what makes this world a beautiful place. Different cultures, different perspectives. Let's listen to what the other person has to say. When you are feeling that you're unheard, unlistened to, don't manifest it inside. Meditate, do yoga, find something that gives you the inner peace and say to yourself, recognize, congratulations, I'm aware of the fact that the other person doesn't have the same level of listening skills that I have. I'm going to give them grace and I'm going to make them aware of how I felt. Joe, I feel like you're not listening to me. I don't feel like I'm being heard. And the reason is when I'm speaking to you, you're on your phone. When I'm speaking to you, you're looking away. When I'm speaking to you, your eyes sort of glaze over. How can you and I communicate at a more effective level? So, in closing, my goal, my wish, my mission is for us to respect each other, hold again that safe space for people to share their comments, their feelings, so it doesn't escalate. It's not years of being unheard that turns into something tragic, that turns into mental health dysfunction, that turns into something where we feel isolated, depressed, filled with anxiety. I'm asking you to open your heart, open your mind, and open your ears to support a world of inner peace and elevated listening. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for joining us. And this has been a special edition of Saving America regarding how Americans can address the issue of mass violence. This is Dr. David D. Shine. We really appreciate you joining us. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite platform.